Vice President Kamala Harris is in Paris this week in an effort to mend relations with one of America's oldest allies. Relations between Paris and Washington hit a bit of a low point earlier this year due to a submarine deal signed by the U.S., the U.K., and Australia. Now, that agreement effectively canceled a very similar deal that France had already signed with Australia. Harris is the highest-ranking American official to visit France since former President Trump left office. She'll be representing the U.S. at the Paris Peace Forum, which kicks off today. So for more on this, let's bring in Elaine Cobbe. She is joining me now from Paris. So Elaine, Vice President Harris and French President Emmanuel Macron met Wednesday. What more do we know about the meeting and what they discussed?
Good morning, Anne-Marie. The two spoke for about 90 minutes at the Elysee Presidential Palace. They covered a wide range of topics: cybersecurity, action in the Indo-Pacific, and also Libya, ahead of the International Conference on Libya tomorrow. The two countries have similar priorities when it comes to Libya: that the ceasefire should hold and that elections there next month should be peaceful and successful. They also talked about space, and the Vice President said today she was very happy that President Macron has agreed that France will join the Artemis Accords on international cooperation in space. She also said that she really enjoyed the non-official part of the visit, if you will. President Macron took her on a tour of the Elysee Palace, and it's a stunning building, and she got to see Charles de Gaulle's desk and to walk through the halls there where so many leaders over so many centuries have walked. The one thing they did not talk about is that sub-row. Both French and American officials said they didn't talk about that, and afterwards President Macron said that France and the US are beginning a new era, and Vice President Harris also echoed that.
So the Vice President also visited an American cemetery just outside of Paris. People may recall this is the same cemetery that the former President Trump opted out of visiting when he was there. What more can you tell us about her time there?
The cemetery at Suresnes is mostly filled with graves of Americans who fell during World War I. She laid a wreath to their memory and then walked through the cemetery, visiting some of the more than 1,500 graves. She also got to say hello to one of the Hello Girls. These were the women who were hired by the military during World War II to run the telephone operations. And for a long time, they were counted as civilians, but they won their battle to be regarded as military. And just this year, one of them was moved to Suresnes Cemetery. So Kamala Harris felt that was a very moving moment. And you could see as she touched that gravestone and said, "Nice to meet you."
So she is there for the Paris Peace Forum. It's a two-day event. What can we expect? What's going to be happening?
The annual Peace Forum brings together world leaders, international organizations, thinkers, and this year is very much focused on the pandemic. The Vice President is giving one of the keynote speeches, and it will be on how the pandemic has increased inequalities, and that's across the world. It's also going to look at freedom of the press. The Nobel Peace Prize winner, Maria Ressa, will be there. And of course, because there are so many leaders there, it will be a perfect opportunity for the Vice President to have informal talks with many people, and I'm told that she will be doing that.
Okay, so other than this forum, is there anything else on her agenda?
Well, today she has already taken part in the Armistice Day ceremonies here in Paris, where they gather at the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier at the Arc de Triomphe. And she's now on private time and lunch. This afternoon is the Peace Forum. And then tonight there's a dinner with all the heads of state and government who are at the Peace Forum. And that will be at the Elysee Palace, hosted by President Macron and his wife Brigitte. And again, a chance to mix with other leaders and talk to them, because the Paris Peace Forum address that she's giving will be her first major address to an international conference on behalf of the White House.
Elaine Cobbe, thank you very much.